Hi, this is Brian Basic with Polaris Marketing Solutions. Have you received a review lately and then had it disappear? Or have you had customers tell you they wrote a review, but it never showed up? If that's the case, you're not alone. Google has recently really upped and changed their algorithm on their spam filter for reviews, and it's causing considerable heartaches with many Google customers because many reviews are not going through. So if that's you, stay tuned and we'll go over the top 12 reasons that reviews don't go through. Brian Basic, welcome back. Okay, here's the first one. First reason, there is a URL in the review itself. Google's pretty adamant that there be no URLs or links in reviews. And so if there is one, they will disallow that review. Okay, number two, the person who wrote the review works for the owners. Now that sounds pretty simple, and Google will find these out. As an example, I had a customer whose silent partner wrote them a review. It was one of the first 3 reviews they got. A couple of weeks later, the review went away. Chances are they figured out that that guy is associated with that company. And as a result, they have now disallowed that review. So they do have ways to find out. Google has a lot of information at their fingertips. And so don't be surprised if your ownership may be silent in nature. They'll figure it out. And obviously, if it's not, they'll figure that out as well. Okay, reason number 3, the exact same review appears somewhere else. Again, Google wants fresh reviews. They don't want reviews that have been in other places, whether that be Yelp or Angie's List or wherever, even on your website. They don't want those now forwarded to Google. And so you can always take a Google review and bring it to your website, but you can't go from your website to Google. And so again, if that review shows up anywhere else, they will disallow that review. So on to number 4, too many reviews in a short period of time. This seems a bit harsh because all of these reviews could be legitimate reviews. I had a customer just recently that just got their GMB listings. We're all excited about it, sent out a notice to many of their customers asking for reviews. And so if there's this large amount of reviews that comes in, they'll think it's spam and they will disallow. So the important thing is to do it on a consistent manner and not all in either at one time or in groups, because those groups will be disallowed. And so that's just part of the algorithms. There's really nothing you can do about that. Okay, number 5, you are offering some type of incentive for people to do a review. You've all seen that, hey, fill out this thing, I'll give you a 5% discount, bag of chips, whatever. You can't do that. You can't give an incentive. And so if they find that an incentive is given, they will disallow that review. Okay, number 6, the review is from the same IP address as other reviews. Again, there is Google can identify the exact computer and the Wi-Fi address that reviews have come from. And so if they see that that same computer generated other reviews, or even that same Wi-Fi address has generated multiple reviews, they'll disallow all of those. So as an example, if a coffee shop has free Wi-Fi and many of their customers provide a review as they're sitting down at the tables, those reviews will be not allowed because they'll have the same Wi-Fi address as one another. And so they'll disallow that. Also, what they'll do is Google is sophisticated enough that even though those coffee shop owner or patrons left and went somewhere else and then did the review from somewhere else, the fact that they did have an IP address from that Wi-Fi place earlier, they'll also disallow that review, even if it's from a different location. So just be aware that IP address is really important. And if you have several reviews from the same IP address, that will be a flag to Google and they will disallow those reviews. Okay, the next one, the person is the manager of the GMB listing. I know that sounds simple. Owners are not allowed to review their own companies. I've seen a silent owner do a review. Actually, this just happened recently. The silent partner did a review. It showed up at first, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, it disappeared. Google can connect the dots, even if it's a silent partner, that they're associated with that account. And so they will disallow that review. So just be aware of that. Next one is there's too many reviews, more than average. And so again, in bulk, you've got many more reviews than is typical for that industry or that type of company, that will be a red flag to Google, and they will start disallowing reviews. So, the thing that you should really focus in on is just doing reviews as a common process to your business. So that's a continual type of flow of reviews versus these spurts of big pockets of reviews that Google will disallow. Okay, the next one, the person who has never left a review before and has little activity on that profile. So this is called the grandmother rule. And so again, if my mom, who hardly ever does reviews, starts to do reviews on a company out of the blue, that review will probably be disallowed just because there was no activity before. And as a result of that, they just won't do it. They won't accept it. So just be aware of that. If you ask somebody to do a review, they have little to no activity before, there may be a good chance that that review will be disallowed. Could be legit, but it will be disallowed because there wasn't any activity there. Okay, the next one. The person tried to post a review before from that same location for somewhere else. So they didn't just finish it. So we have customers that write a review, maybe didn't finish it, try to finish it somewhere else or at a different time. That review will be disallowed as well. And the last one, the reviewer has an old mobile phone or a operating system. Again, in the Google rules, it will actually say if you have an antique system, whether that be a phone or a computer, there are some systems and platforms that Google just won't take reviews from. And if that's the case, Google's suggestion would be upgrade your phone. And so that's the last one. So these are the 12 reasons that your reviews may not be showing up. If you have any questions, you can certainly let us know. There is a way to appeal your reviews. It is difficult to do. They will, for one that violates any type of policy, they will not reinstate it. You can go to the Google community and see if you can get them to do that, but you're going to have a picture or a copy of the actual post itself or the review, and you can provide that to see if they'll get it reinstated. But that's a challenging proposition. So if out of the gate you just learn how to give reviews and how to ask people to give reviews, that's the best way to ensure that yours is not going to be a fatality of the new algorithm. If you have any questions, let us know, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.